Hey everybody, welcome to 9 to 5 Work Rebels. I am Ebony, a proud 9 to 5 work rebel, and I am back again with another video. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for your support, we appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, where have you been? And welcome to the Rebels Party. So this is a channel all about, you're finding your freedom and helping you to do that, and it's all about positivity, motivation and bossing up. And today I wanted to speak to you guys about mental health and your mental resilience, particularly if you're trying to work for yourself and run your own business. So you might be in a role right now, you might be trying to work on your side hustle, you might be trying to run your own business and juggling work at the same time, whatever the case is, or you might be trying a few different avenues for making money. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, your mental, capacity is very important, and your mental well-being is very important. So in one of my roles, I am a committee member for Women in PR. So last week we organised an event that I spoke at and I helped to organise, which is around mental well-being. And I think it's such an important subject and something that we all can relate to. It's not necessarily, I haven't been diagnosed with like a personality disorder or anything like that, but I do know people who have been. And I think it's about it being open and aware and also accommodating people. I think that's so important. And also I feel like in today's society, interestingly, because mental health and mental awareness is quite big business in terms of, on the agenda, and it's always a trending topic in some circles. In my circle in PR, it's been interesting because there has been research that has basically found that, mental practitioners with PR practitioners are living with mental health issues. And it's increasing because the job is quite stressful. Okay, you've got clients that cause quite a lot of stress. You've got the 24-hour news cycle that we are working with, so that's quite stressful. And then you can compound that with your own lifestyle issues. Whatever you've got going on with your life issues. We are living humans, and we've got things that happen to us every day, whether it's with loved ones, and we've got our own personal aspirations and things that we're trying to achieve. So sometimes it can come to a head and you feel like a complete overwhelm. And I shared my story of when I was working for quite a well-known organisation, very high-profile organisation, and I was heading up a particular department, looking after the PR side of it. It was quite a busy one. It was really great in that sense, but the downside was that, my daughter was transitioning from nursery into primary school, and it was around childcare and trying to get my flexible working sorted out, and they just pushed back on me and said no. That kind of threw me into a little bit of a spin in terms of you're trying to tell me to choose my job versus my child, and obviously my child is going to come first. But it was a very difficult time for me, and at that point I did go through some depression. So I did share that story, but for me, in terms of trying to deal with that, I literally had to take myself out of that equation, because it did get to the point where I was walking to work. I'd take my daughter to school, do what she went to nursery, heading off to work, and there was times when I'd be thinking, if I got hit by a bus, it would mean that I wouldn't have to turn up to work today. And that's not really the best way to be thinking. It's not a very healthy way to be thinking. So it made me stop and think, well, hold on, no, if I get hit by a bus, you could just put you in hospital, if you break something, but it could also kill you. And I've got a whole life to live for, and I wasn't about to throw that away because of a job. And for me, it was that moment of realization that let's try and create a working environment that is better for myself. This company isn't necessarily accommodating me with that, so let's go somewhere else. And what was interesting, because I was quite working with some of the senior people in the organisation, when they did get wind of the fact that I was resigning because of the reasons why I was resigning, they all started kicking and tried to backpedal, but by then it was just too late. Just like, forget about it, I'm not really up for this, and I don't really want to deal with this. So, for me, I took myself and moved on and carried on with my career, and that was been fine. But for others, I know there's people out there that may be in jobs that they're dealing with lots of difficulty, but know that you're not alone, and please go and speak to someone, okay? Drop me a message, just speak to someone if you are feeling really down and not sure what to do. Everyone talks about being resilient at work, and I think that's important, but we are, our employees, you people, as in human beings, are much more important. So it's about making sure that you look after yourself. One of the questions that we had loads of questions as I was on the panel, one of the questions that came up was about, what do you do if your senior team are, they've got all the right policies, because we're talking about different policies that are out there that can help to deal with mental well-being. Like some companies that were there were talking about the fact that they have, wellness days, and they've got wellness champions to make sure that their staff are kind of aligning with their aspirations, whether it's their personal goals, their career goals. So they've got some real good things happening, definitely in the private sector. And in some of the public sector too. But what was interesting was that a lot of companies do have some policies in place to support people who are going through mental health issues, but it's not really being implemented, or the senior management team are not doing anything about it. And that's a problem. I feel like if you're going to do something, it needs to be coming from the top down and bottom up, and everybody needs to be, showing the way. So the question was, what do you do if you've got all the policies in place, but the senior team, you just don't seem to have buy-in from the senior team? And there's a number of answers, but my thing is always about, if you're not happy where you are and you don't feel like it's going to change because you've been trying to change, I always say, give it a go. Do try and change things where you are, because you can affect change. One person can affect change. But if it's the point where you're kind of knocking heads and knocking your head against the same kind of wall, go somewhere else. Like there's a whole world of, companies that you could be working for, okay? If that's what you want to do. If you want to work for organisations, there are lots of organisations out there. I think that sometimes we get caught up in our own little bubble. And when we're in our bubble, we think, okay, there's nothing else besides this job. So it's about changing that mindset and understanding that there are other opportunities out there for you. Don't let that, keep you down, and do what's important. And remember, it's important to put yourself first, because a lot of people are talking about, feeling guilty to taking time off of work because, you're dealing with depression or dealing with some other type of mental health issue. You can't feel guilty, because at the end of the day, it's your health is so important, because if you burn out, then what happens? They can easily go and hire somebody else in a different role. But for you and for your family, who's going to replace you? You are irreplaceable, so you need to remember that too. So take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your mind, and don't feel guilty about, looking after yourself, because that's really important. And I have to remind myself the same thing. I really do. But it's really important to think about how you are treating yourself and making sure you're taking care of your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So as I always say, your happiness is your responsibility. So make sure you are making the right decisions. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hi 9 to 5 work rebels. If you're feeling stuck or looking for a way out of your 9 to 5, then you're going to want to check out my online course, How to Be a Successful Consultant, Earn More and Escape the 9 to 5. You can also check out my book, How to Become a Consultant, a guide to free yourself from the 9 to 5. If you're already in business or about to start your business, then you're going to want to check out my online DIY PR course, How to Get Media Coverage for Your Business in 30 Days. It will teach you how you can blow up your profile and profits while saving you thousands of pounds in agency fees in the process. So what are you waiting for? Get busy. The links to both the course and the book are in the description box.